What is up, Insaners, and welcome to another video of the Fantasy Premier League 2022-23 season. In this one, guys, we're going to talk about some last-minute Game Week 28 tips. So if you like the video today, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more such FPL content. And with that, let's start today's video. So we'll start with the first question. Is it worth playing the wildcard this week? I think overall it's pretty team dependent, but you have to look at your team. If you do not have enough starting players, let's say if you have 8 to 10 players who are blanking this week, and you also want to set up your team for Game Week 29, I think you can wildcard in 28, have a good team for Game Week 28, and then set up for maybe a bench boost in Game Week 29. Now, in case if you have 5 to 6 players who are blanking this week, I think in that scenario, you can make a couple of moves, maybe take a hit and get to about 10 to 11 players. Now, in that scenario, avoid using the wildcard in 28 and then try to use it in 29 for the double Game Week in 29. Now let's move on to the next dilemma. Who are the best players to target for Game Week 28? So if you're targeting a defender, I think Chilwell is the one to go for. He's a great differential. He's doing really good. Chelsea is expected to improve in terms of the defense, and Chilwell is quite attacking, and he's also playing in that wing-back role. So Chilwell is my option in terms of defenders. In case if you look at midfielders, I think Maddison is a great pick this week. If you want to differentiate from the crowd, go against the crowd, I think Almiron is also an exciting option. If you are on a free hit this week, I think Son could also be a great pick as a one-week punt. Now looking at forwards, and I think Watkins is the one to go for if you're targeting one option this week. He's a great option this week. He also has a decent double in Game Week 29, and he's already a very popular transfer. So if you're selling Haaland, for example, I think he's a great replacement. Now if you want to differentiate again from the crowd and go a bit aggressive, I think Havertz is also a decent punt. Now let's move on to the next dilemma, which is which defender to sell for a Chilwell, for example. Whether a Brighton defender or a Brentford defender should be sold this week. Now if you're trying to sell Chilwell, I think these are the options that you will probably be going for. Now in case if you're okay playing 10 players and you're not fixated by the fact that you have to field a playing 11 this week, I think you can easily sell a Brentford defender. I feel someone like an Estupinian has a higher ceiling, has a higher upside than maybe someone like a Henry or a me, for example. And if you already have Raya in goal, you don't have to go for a double up from the Brentford defense for Game Week 29, as it's a tricky double and they might not keep a single clean sheet. So I think my pick here would be a Brentford defender, whether you have Henry or a me, and just hold Estupinian and bench him this week. Now let's move on to the next dilemma. Should we sell Erling Haaland? Now I know a lot of managers have already sold Erling Haaland, and a few are thinking of selling him this week. Now, I think it could be a decent strategy. If you look at numbers, Erling Haaland just has one fixture over the next 2 game weeks, whereas somebody like a Watkins, maybe a Tony, maybe even a Havertz has 3 fixtures. So if you are looking at quantity, I think you have to sell him. And if you're trying to go aggressive, I think that's the move that you have to do. Now there's a slight risk in terms of Haaland going absolutely crazy against Liverpool, and that can absolutely tank your rank. But yeah, that's the risk that you take. You can always get Haaland back in 30, and you can try to offset your loss, your rank loss, by a good Haaland performance through players like Watkins, Havertz, or even Tony. Now if you're playing safe, absolutely hold Haaland this week and bench him and play him in Game Week 29. If you're trying to go aggressive, trying to catch up on rank, I think selling Haaland is the right play. Now let's move on to the next dilemma. Which chip is better in Game Week 28? Is it the free hit or the wildcard? Now honestly, I think the wildcard in Game Week 28 is a much safer approach, where you can set up yourself, set up your team for Game Week 28 and 29 with one chip. So you can easily save your free hit for Game Week 29. You don't have to use it in 29. You can, rather than using it in 29, use it in 32 or the doubles in 34 or 37. So that's the option for wildcard in Game Week 28. Now free hit in 28, and why would you free hit in 28? So in case if you have a decent team for Game Week 29, you can actually go aggressive and try to attack the blank Game Week fixtures in Game Week 28. I think majority of the FPL teams are going to be similar in Game Week 28, especially for the ones who went for a wildcard in Game Week 26 or 27. But here you can actually gain some rank by going for some differential. So let's say instead of going for the 3 typical Arsenal options in 1 defender and 2 midfielders, you can go for triple Arsenal attack. You can also go for something like a Chilwell plus James as a Chelsea combination defense. I don't think so a lot of people would go there. You can even attack Tottenham, who have a good fixture this week. A lot of people don't have Son, so you can get in Son as a differential. And then you can also attack the Newcastle options with Almiron and Isak. So these are some kind of combinations you can go for if you're free hitting in Game Week 28. And I think depends on your team, your current team, and how do you place yourself, or how do you see yourself or your team in Game Week 28 and 29. And based on that, you can go for one chip. Now, who are the best captaincy options for Game Week 28? So guys, in case if you're playing safe, you absolutely have to go for Harry Kane. He has a great fixture. He has a great record against Southampton. He's in decent form. And if Tottenham are going to do anything in attack, I think Harry Kane will be involved. So safer option is Kane. In case if you're trying to go at a bit differential, you can go for something like a Saka, even a Martinelli. The only worry with Arsenal options is that they played 120 minutes in the Europa League, they lost on penalties, the confidence might be a bit low. There are a few niggles and maybe a few knocks and injuries in the Arsenal squad as well, so that might also disrupt the rhythm. And for that fact, I think if you're trying to go for one safe captaincy option, decent captaincy pick, it's Harry Kane. You can also look at differentials like Watkins or Tony in case if you are not convinced by the Arsenal options. You can even look at Chilwell as an option, as a differential option. If you're trying to go out there and gain massive rank, I think Chilwell as a punt, as an option, as a captaincy option could be decent for Game Week 28. So that'll be all from my side for this video, guys. I hope you found it helpful and useful. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for more such FPL content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.